Okay, we're in Hilton Head, South Carolina today with Judy Sharpton. I wanted to ask Judy, she helps clients when they build a new garden center. And Judy, at what point in the process should a garden center contact you to help them with the planning?
Well, that's a good question to ask here, because we've been working on some extensive construction here, and as many people know, permitting on Hilton Head Island can be a real stickler. So what I recommend to customers when they think about doing a major construction project, first of all, know your local regulations. Go on the municipality or the township's website, read the regulations, make sure you understand what applies to you and which ones you're going to have to deal with. If you can collect some local knowledge sort of under the radar from a local contractor who maybe has done some work in the area and ask some questions, those are also valuable things to do. Then the second thing we want to do, the Garden Center and I, is we want to put together our dream plan. What would we really like to do? How would we like this store to look? What do we want to put into our plan? No regulations to think about. Then once we think about what we really want to do, and we get that on paper in plan view, not in elevations and not in expensive drawings, but in plan view, then we can begin thinking about how do we get that plan to fit those regulations. What have we got to do in order to build this and get it permitted? Here you can see on this site that we're going to have to use some stucco to match the building that's already here, because that's an important permitting issue in this particular part of the world. So we'll want to do that. And once we begin to put those two things together, then we can really begin to think about talking to a contractor and saying, do you think we could build this? Only then do we begin our work with the actual permitting process. One of the things that we may know about the permitting process is that at some point we may have to present some elevations. So if we have to do that, then we want to be sure that our elevations meet the expectations of the permitting group, and they can be different from one place to another. So those are the three parts. Know your regs, figure out what you'd really like to do, and then figure out how to pull those two things together and what you've got to do to communicate that to the local regulating group.